you want princess treatment from a man, you need to understand something. You're not struggling to receive from a man because you're strong. You're struggling to receive from a man because no one taught you what a man is supposed to provide.
At the idea of being with a man who could not provide, especially financially.
Patron saints of your dusty movement told you that you can't turn a hoe into a housewife, thereby convincing you that the two were mutually exclusive and woman could not be sexually free and liberal.
$30K a year on both you and your daughter. How much more would he need to make to live comfortably?
Oh, we are comfortable. That's comfortable.
So a family of 3 could survive off of just $40K a year?
Yeah.
I don't care. I mean, I make more, but it's our money. Like what mine is his and vice versa.
Wife, but as a hoe, I have more findings to share with you girls, okay? And one of them is, the more you say you don't want something, it's amazing how men are, and their ego, they want to conquer you, so they are going to try to convince you to want said thing that you don't want. And yes, that's exactly how it sounds, very predatory. Yes, indeed it does. But this is something I have noticed. A lot of them, when I say, and I'm meeting them in the wild, it could be literally in the middle of my lunch, in the middle of my dinner at the bar, and I'm just like in my own zone, and they're talking to me, we're, talking about life or whatever, romantically or not romantically, just these interactions. And when I'm like, I'm just not prioritizing it right now in my life, I have other goals I really want to get to, and I'm just, talking to them, funny. The ones that are romantically interested are like, why don't you want marriage? Like, that's kind of a deal breaker for me. Oh, okay. Well, so-and-so, or usually these girls want marriage and kids, and like, I know I want that, and the fact that you don't want that, that's so interesting to me. I'm like, okay. So what? Well, can I take you out? It's hilarious. It really is. Now, the guys that are not romantically interested are like, you're really smart. Take your time. You're beautiful. It doesn't matter. Timelines don't exist. Like, literally, you're going to be fine.
You know what's wild? Girls still don't seem to understand he placed you in a category. He said, this is the fun girl. I know I'm going to spend more, because every man knows. See, what ladies don't understand is a lot of men got it. They got it. So he'll spend on you, right? Knowing it's not going further, and get right up out of there. And you just told him how to treat you. She's talking about it like she solved Chinese arithmetic. Like, stop it.
And I'm like, thank you. So I'm getting two different results, but pretty much it's just confirming exactly what I said. The more you want something from these men, the more they're like, Or when you're like, I have these standards for marriage, if you want me, all of a sudden they're like, it's just too much, it's too much. Now you're saying, I don't want it. Now they're like, well, what will it take to get you there? I'm not even doing this on purpose. I genuinely surrendered the concept of marriage and what it would look like for me in my stage of life. But conquering and making you see the light, making you see the advantage of being with them, rather it's future faking or not, is something that I have observed from these men. It's so fascinating to me. Every dude I have met this past month and a half, I swear to you, they're so shocked when I say what I say. You don't want a kid, at least one? Like, okay, well, can you at least have one? Like, like, are you okay with that? Like, it's kind of a deal breaker for me. And I'm like, I was like, oh, okay, well, here I am. And like I said, clockwork. Well, do you want to go out? I'm going to leave it there. Okay, I'm going to let y'all deal with whatever I said. You can't, it's just like, you can't take these men seriously. Like I said, live your best life and have fun and be bubbly and do you. Okay? Don't let these men scare you and make you feel like, well, if or when I turn 30, no man's gonna be checking for me, no man's gonna be wanting marriage with me, no man's gonna be lies. I look around the bar where I'm getting my stuff and I'm like, you're pretty, you're pretty, you're pretty. All these guys are talking to you and they're older than me, younger than me, in the middle. No one has a problem getting approached. So, and that's just step one. Okay? So just relax. It's not that serious. It's really not that serious. Okay? We will convene later. Bye.
She still doesn't get it. That's why it's going to hit her like a brick. That wall's gonna smack her dead in the teeth. You know what's funny? That's one thing that females don't want to mess up first, right? They want to have good teeth. Because you already know you got some bad teeth. Men will actually not talk to you. So it's gonna smack her. Bah! Teeth. The teeth gonna be shattered. And she's gonna be like, why doesn't a man want me? But you can always put the makeup on. You can always make it happen. Also, I gotta say this because it's very true. If you take care of yourself, you'll have a shot. If you continuously working out, you'll have a shot.
Fight at the idea of being with a man who could not provide, especially financially. As a mother, throw out every single traditional gender role that there is. We are going to do whatever necessary to make sure that there is food in that fridge and that there is a roof over our children's head. And when we are constantly, as women, struggling or fighting for comfort, there is nothing else that we can think about. In all transparency, I believe I was capable of embracing my full femininity and my duties and responsibilities as a mother to nurture my children when I knew for a fact that my husband could provide for us without my efforts if necessary. And I think back to my mom. She was a single mother of two. And she would wake up in the morning, just going through her day. She would wake up in the morning, get us ready for school, then take us to daycare. Then she would go to work, and then she would come home, and then she would cook, and then she would clean and get us ready for bed, and then do the cycle all over again. It was a system. And I used to wonder why I couldn't really identify this emotional intimacy with my mother. And it was because she was overcompensating so much for being a provider that it took a toll on her ability to nurture me. And I think before you become a parent, it's hard to understand the decisions our parents had to make in order to do what they believe was best for us. And just even making this video and talking about this makes me want to give her a call and say, like, I love you and I thank you. It's not your fault. You were not supposed to be doing it on your own. And that you deserve my grace. You deserve my grace. And I thank you for adapting to your circumstance. It turned out okay.
When you females are living in the West, a man can provide if you're located in a place where it's less, right? Because I'd be able to be a provider 100% in the US if I lived in upstate New York, or if I lived in another flyover state, right? Where it's very inexpensive and it's affordable. It's like that in the West. And also now with working online, say you don't feel comfortable to be outside of the country, you can live somewhere where it's inexpensive. There's a way. And men are searching over yonder for that reason and not even going outside of the country.
Are you single? Your age?
22.
Are you single?
No.
How long you had a man?
5 years.
And how long have you had a baby?
He's almost 2.
Was it with him or with somebody else?
Him.
So how much does he have to make to take care of you and your daughter?
At least 1,000 a month.
1,000 a month?
Food, groceries, car.
No. We're living in a matrix. This is what guys are talking about. And it's funny. It's inside the country. You can find this, right? This is why men are doing what they're doing. She said it. Let me let her finish. Sorry, y'all.
Insurance, diapers, wipes.
Now, how much would you say a man has to make annually to take care of a family of three?
Annually, overall, at least 30 grand a year.
30,000
on just a baby? Or,
Pretty expense you would need for a stay-at-home mom and a child.
but if he's spending 30K a year on both you and your daughter, how much more would he need to make to live comfortably?
Oh, we are comfortable. That's comfortable.
So a family of three could survive off of just 40K a year?
Yeah.
The snow bunny heaven, snow bunny heaven.
It's just not going to be a lavish lifestyle. But this economy sucks.
So you just make it work.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a lavish lifestyle. That's the problem. You females want to live a lavish lifestyle. Even the last lady talking about her mom. Her mom probably was struggling, but still wanted that nice pantsuit to go out to the club. Just because she was stressed about working so hard. So your mother again was hustling backwards. You saw that trauma. That's why I always say save the trauma for your mama, because that's where you got it from.
Real talk alert.
This girl was raised by parents in those same conditions. And look where she's at. She's at a place where there's black guys around. Ain't that something? It's out there. It's out there. It's just hell finding it.
Is about women wanting a man with money, a man who can provide, a man with resources. And I'm not gonna lie, yes, that's great. And I'm not gonna say but I'm going to say and. Also, there are other things that women want besides a man that just has money. And I think this is getting lost in translation. And men feel that once they make a certain type of money, a certain income, a certain pull that they now feel they have access to whoever they want, and they don't have to do any more inner work at all. That's not true. And I'm here to tell you in this video why that's not the case. Personally, I've been on dates with men who are extremely financially sound. Up there. Let's just say that. And I've never gone on a date with them more than once because something in their personality, in their way, in their countenance rubbed me the wrong way. And I said never again. And I'm pretty sure a lot of women can resonate with this because this is a shared experience. And
I'm going to stop it right there, right? Because a lot of women can't resonate with that. Because as soon as they hear or find out that magic number, they cave. And what she doesn't understand is guys lie. A lot of times, the money you see, the nice car, the nice clothes, it's not the man with the money. Let me tell you something, baby girl. The man with the money, you wouldn't know have the money. He'd be dressing like I do. You'd have no clue. Men with money protect their money. You wouldn't know the man had money. But that's what happens. You got females spreading this around and corrupting the masses. But take a look at what this next girl said. It's the same girl I played earlier.
And started dating like a hoe, and the results have been astounding. Okay, girls, when I say I have been baffled, I have also never met so many men in the wild. My whole entire view has been completely shifted. And I'm gonna say this as a little background, okay? Because I dedicated all of my 20s to dating for marriage exclusively, being so serious about dating for marriage. And I realized after my 20s was over, I was like, you know what? I'm so mentally tired. I'm so burnt out. I no longer have the desire to keep pushing for this. I know I want to get married and I know I want to have one child, but like if it doesn't happen for me, I have to also accept that like I can't control that. You know what I mean? So I just released the pressure. I just released the pressure from myself. And these are the things I'm going to share with you girls. These are some things I have stopped doing that have actually freed me. Okay, now keep in mind, roster. I've always said that no matter what, always have a roster. But the way I'm doing it is just very different because the mindset and the energy is different too, okay? I stopped caring about good morning text and I just stopped caring. I got so triggered with the good morning text with the dude I was dating last because I was like, look, say good morning and do something. Say good morning and be like, hey,
he needs money.
Here's some money, do this, do that, do this. If you're not doing that, it's not a good morning. Actually, don't talk to me. If you want to plan something, call me up. That's it. Cool. Are you free? Yep, I'm free. Cool. Let's do this, let's do that, let's do this. Very, very, very relaxed. Very, very, very relaxed. I also talk about sex like literally first date. And this is something that I figured would be controversial, especially as a Christian girly, right? Because it's almost taboo. Like, how can you do that? How can you do that? But you know, it's actually vital information. And also, if you're light and fun and charming and you're not asking in an accusatory way, you're going to get information you need to know. And this is the information I like to know. How long does it take for you to sleep with someone that you really like? You know, how long? How long was it in between your last 3 girls you slept with? Yeah, I just want to know, you know.
No. Number one, right? You telling a man how long has it been in between. What you have to understand is some men see it's upsetting what she's talking about because some men it could happen instantly, some it could take months because of the way the other species handles things, right? Say if the man is not that suave, number one, he probably wouldn't be on a date with her. So all of the men she's dating, right, the guys that don't mind talking, is gonna be getting like that. But she's not smart enough to understand that. So you understand what's happening in the date market? You're dealing with females who are not smart enough to understand common sense, right? Most females don't understand common sense. What do I mean? They would know only the guys that are confident are getting it and talking to you females. The guys that are confident are the ones doing it. So look up percentages, right? You can look it up online right now. You can Google it. What percentage of men are not confident to talk to women in the street? All right, I'm Googling right now. I'm doing it live in action. That's about 50% of men. Fear of being perceived as creepy, and the numbers are rising, right? So it says Gen Z men, but overall, most men, 50% altogether, are not even trying. Think about that. But no, they won't look at those things.
Okay to date a man for money.
A man for money? No, actually, that was going to be funny. No.
But you're an attractive woman. So if you could land a millionaire, why not do it?
I mean, money can't buy happiness. You see a lot of people that have a ton of money and they're still missing something. So
where does happiness come from?
now you're being really trivial. I don't know.
Connection with your partner
If you're single,
comes from within. Learning to love yourself, understanding who you are as a person.
She's standing there with a black king. Black kings are making the right move. Look what it says. Black females will never do this. They only want money. Not all of them, but come on now. It's most. You find most of them talking, this lady's talking right now.
are you single currently?
No, I'm dating him.
How long you guys been together?
Over 3 years.
Man, oh man.
But between the two of you, who makes more money?
She does. I do.
You're the breadwinner. Have you always been the breadwinner?
Yes.
Do you think that being the breadwinner as a woman changes the dynamic in a relationship with a man?
No, I mean, I see other couples struggle with it, but not necessarily us. Like, I don't care. I mean, I make more, but it's our money. Like, what mine is his and vice versa.
No, snow, bunny heaven.
How do you feel as the man, being that your woman makes more money?
Well, there's season for everything. And it's at a time where she was able to carry us while I was figuring out job, life, with school, moved around, figuring out my passion and my path. She was a lot more stable than I was. At some point, the tide is going to change where the goal is for her to stop working at some point, and then she would take time out and focus on other things that she wants to. So it doesn't make me feel any type of way. There's no ego. There's no demasculating or emasculating me.
Why do you think so many men feel emasculated being in a position that you're in now?
Society, the pressure they put on you to do what a man does, or you're not doing anything if you don't act like what the definition of and in that way, they are living to please other people and not themselves.
Do you guys split the bills 50-50, or does your man cover everything?
We have a joint account.
Even though you're not married?
Yeah, we have a house account that we both pour into, and it covers like our bills. And then we each have our own fun money.
So if you make more, why not just cover everything?
I mean, we're kind of doing life together at this point. Like, it's not worth anything for him to have to like struggle and not have any experiences just because I make more. At the end of the day, we're both like trying to achieve the same thing. So it just seems silly.
My man. So earlier, I showed a white woman. She was with a white man though, who was fine with 1,000, right? But this man got a money-making white woman, not broke. Men are leaving the brokenness behind. Because you see all the females talking before this? Not to say that they're dead broke, but most likely. Men don't want to most likely. When a female is saying, oh, I need a man to provide, he know what he got to think? Most likely. I got to get a shirt that says most likely on it. Most likely. What does most likely mean? Most likely broke. Most likely, and then at the back, females are broke. I don't know. I got to make a spin to it. But yeah, I think guys were like that. But yeah, man, it's wild. And that's why I did what I did, because this has been the talk for the longest. This didn't just start 10 years ago or when TikTok started. This talk has been happening 80s when females became, oh, my ladies independent. Ain't nothing going on but the rent. Gotta have J-O-B if you want to be with me. I grew up hearing these songs. Comedians talked about it. Eddie Murphy talked about it in Raw. I tell you guys, the manosphere been around for the longest. For the longest time.
Rather be hoes than get married is because being a hoe means that you don't have to emotionally commit to a partner. The reason why a woman becomes a hoe is because at some point in her life, she was emotionally abandoned.
It's not my fault.
Usually by a parental figure or by someone she trusted. Because humans are biologically wired to want love, when these women fail to resolve their unhealed trauma of being emotionally abandoned, they turn to avenues such as posting inappropriate pictures online to give them that sense of love, but not actual love. And this
I have been a victim of it. I'm sure plenty of you guys been a victim of it. If you're a victim of that, raise your hand.
comes in the form of attention. Obviously, a OnlyFans model knows that the older guy that's telling her that he loves her doesn't really love her. But the high from this attention is able to suffice her emotional needs. Because what women like this fears the most is being emotionally vulnerable. And this is why doing OnlyFans is perfect for women like this, because they can post inappropriate pictures and get attention, and get praise, and get validation, without emotionally committing to a partner. And although this will never suffice a woman's yearning to be loved, For these types of women, they make it suffice because, like I said, they have a fear of abandonment. So although biologically being a hoe is not what they really want, it's way safer to them than getting married because it provides them with a false sense of love without emotionally committing to anyone and being vulnerable. I hope this helps.
Yeah, it helps a lot of guys, right? Guys need to hear that, but guys know this already, right? And nowadays, it doesn't have to be a female who doesn't have a parent, who doesn't have a father, right? It's past that now. I knew girls who were like this with mother and their father in the home. So this talk is long dead. So many females have their mothers and fathers and bang dudes every weekend. A different guy. This is happening. So what you're saying, it kind of goes under, because you know if something goes over your head, it goes under my legs. I'm making sure with that too. Under my legs. What you're saying is going under my legs, and it sounds kind of, it's like a pause, like you don't want nobody going getting in between your legs. But you guys get what I'm saying. Come on now. It's not over the head, it's under there, it's under the ground. That's what we can say, right? It's pretty much buried because so many are doing what they want to do. I'm sexually revolutionized. Female, hear me roar.
Provide if I can provide for myself? You ask, I got answers. Ladies, if you want princess treatment from a man, you need to understand something. You're not struggling to receive from a man because you're strong. You're struggling to receive from a man because no one taught you what a man is supposed to provide. So today, that's what we're going to talk about.
And I'm going to stop the video right there, right? Because a girl that's an 8 or a 9, whatever you guys, because beauty's in the eye of the beholder. I'm me, right? I'll give her at least an 8 minus, because you know with the makeup. So an 8 with makeup, right? Getting on here, telling 4s and 5s, this is what you do. This has to stop. Get princess treatment. This has to stop. Because if a female deserves it, I don't know. I say it like this, right? With men, with all you brothers out there, if your mental is there, because a lot of guys' mental is not there yet. They don't have a lot of understanding. That's why they watch content like this. But you got to learn, right? Because it can happen in the West or even when you leave. Everywhere you go, a female is a female. Yeah, I see guys all the time coming out here and getting taken advantage of by Filipinas. It's crazy. A lot of these old guys, some of them know the game, but you have a lot of guys out there that are just being taken advantage of, right? They go to a certain place and they go to an expat central where girls know to go and to take advantage of some older dudes. I see that. But I say that to say this: you still will find love more than you'll find in the West.
And because the patron saints of your dusty movement told you that you can't turn a hoe into a housewife, thereby convincing you that the two are mutually exclusive and woman could not be sexually free and liberated and wifeable at the same time, now you're confused.
Yeah, see, she made this video. This was in I think 2025 when Meg was still with Clay. Meg, Clay, Turkey, and incels. Saying, I'm not going to play the whole video, saying she's cooking for him, things like that, right? But then she's not with him no more, and she's showing her true self. She's talking about how a hoe can get with a regular dude, right? But what you have to understand, those days are ending. Because you know what's happening more than ever nowadays? Men are refusing to be simps more than ever. So, of course, girls like Meg will always be able to get a guy. There's always going to be guys wanting to beat, but other than that, guys aren't looking at you to be a wife. I don't know if you were a hoe, but I doubt it. I see you got your kid over there. You're probably a wife, but a lot of girls are failing in that department. They will fail because they think everything's supposed to be about them, and you have to think less, right? Like the other girl, 4,000. She lives in an area where it doesn't cost that much. I don't know what to make it change, but yeah, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Be sure to subscribe. I put a lot of thought into these videos. Be sure to subscribe. Subscribing is free. Other than that, peace out. See you next video.
The Iceman is coming!
Winter is here.